Camel, America's first choice among cigarettes, presents Topper. Starring as Marion Kirby, the loveliest ghost in town, and Jeffries. As George Kirby, the liveliest ghost in town, Robert Sterling. And Leo G. Carroll as Topper. Oh, yes, and the deadliest ghost, Neil. And there are only 3 people in the world who can see or hear them. You and I, and Cosmo Topper.
Our friend Topper seems to be getting an education, darling.
Well, one thing he already knows, honey, and that's how wonderful camels are.
Of course camels are wonderful. They're mild, the way I like mildness. They have flavor, the way I like flavor.
And more pure pleasure, too.
Do you know why camels give more pleasure? It's the blend, of course. Camel's exclusive blend of costly tobaccos that brings so much enjoyment to so many smokers.
That's right. For mildness, for flavor, for more pure pleasure, try Camels. By far America's first choice in cigarettes.
Each week, the makers of Camels send thousands of gift packs of Camel cigarettes to members of our armed forces and hospitalized veterans. This week, free Camels go to Veterans Hospitals North Little Rock, Arkansas, and Omaha, Nebraska, U.S. Army Hospital Fort Dix, New Jersey, U.S. Naval Hospital Memphis, Tennessee, the Military Air Transport Service, which evacuates virtually all of our overseas sick and wounded personnel.
Topper, brought to you every week by the makers of Camel cigarettes, is directed by Lou Landers. A John W. Loveton, Bernard L. Schubert production. Produced by John W. Loveton. Starring Ann Jeffries, Robert Sterling, and Leo G. Carroll. Featuring Lee Patrick as Mrs. Topper. Topper is a film presentation. Ann Jeffries as Marion Kirby, the ghostess with the mostest. Robert Sterling as George Kirby, that most sporty spirit. And Leo G. Carroll, host to said ghosts, as Topper. Jello instant pudding, that good busy day dessert. And Jello, America's favorite gelatin dessert, now in 10 delicious flavors. Present Ann Jeffries as Marion Kirby, the ghostess with the mostest. Robert Sterling as George Kirby, that most sporty spirit. And Leo G. Carroll, host to said ghosts, as Topper. This is Cosmo Topper, bank vice president, loving husband, and no, he's not a magician. George and Marion Kirby are doing that. Ghosts, yes, a handsome couple who were swallowed by an avalanche and came back to spread a little joy into a sedate businessman's life. And that's their ghost dog, Neil, the St. Bernard who couldn't save them. That's what you get for drinking on the job, old boy. Aren't they a wonderful bunch? And just think, Topper is the only person in the whole world who can see or hear them, except you and I, of course. Well, it's off to the bank for Topper. What a way to start the day.
Here's John Wayne, America's #1 dramatic movie star, on location. As you can see, making a movie can be pretty tough going. But free-swinging He-Man parts are what John Wayne loves to play and what the audience loves to see him in.
Okay, cut.
When the cameras stop, John Wayne takes time out to enjoy his favorite cigarette, Camel. Let's hear what he thinks about Camels in his own words.
Well, after you've been making a lot of strenuous scenes, you like to sit back and enjoy a cool, mild, good-tasting cigarette. And that's just what Camels are. Mild and good-tasting, pack after pack. I know, I've been smoking them for 20 years. So why don't you try them yourself? You'll see what I mean.
Yes, try them yourself, and you'll discover the secret of Camel's extra enjoyment. Smoke only Camels for 30 days. For mildness and flavor, Camels agree with more people than any other cigarette.